our next guest, I'm so excited because it's a very interesting topic, cybersecurity. We have Kowthar Hasyan, security professional with 23 years of experience, mashallah, leading IBM security in the region. Kowthar, welcome. I'm very happy to have you here in MBRF podcast with me here today.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you today. I'm really enjoying being part of this summit, especially that, I left IBM and I'm transitioning into a new role. So it's for me a great opportunity to connect with such, amazing leaders and welcoming this initiative. Thank you.
I'm excited because all my interviews before that we were talking about AI and innovation, and you're a different topic which we want to know more about, which is cybersecurity. So from a technology perspective, how could cyber threat evolve in the future?
Well, definitely they will evolve. I think, the cyber threat will only get more and more sophisticated and more complex to manage. So I believe a lot of organizations are already investing in tools and trying to take the right steps. But how it would evolve, it is my prediction is it will be much more important to infuse automation, machine learning, to be able to respond faster. Now the question is not, if, but the question is more when and how.
To predict or to
Exactly, and then how can we contain, anticipate, and better respond to a cyber threat? So it will evolve, it will become more and more sophisticated, but organization needs to really invest in becoming more cyber resilient, which is a combination between cybersecurity and business continuity. So how are we making sure we are prepared in the right way? We are having the right preparedness. We have trained our teams and our executives to be responding to that cyber threat. And we have also included within our ecosystem the whole supply chain, which is going to become crucial for an organization to overcome quickly a cyber threat.
So Kowthar, companies can reduce that, can work on that. Is it something easy to predict, to control in terms of, let's say, companies?
Well, of course, they can. The whole purpose of the cyber resilience is to mitigate the impact. So it's, it is going to happen.
So it's going to happen, but how you deal with it
exactly.
or work with it.
How do you respond and how do you mitigate the impact to make sure your operations, you're back online or back into your operations very quickly. And then you're also preparing your teams and your supply chain to be able to respond with you to that.
And should companies be prepared with any specific development? Especially right now, I'm sure it's going to be more and more advanced in terms of it's...
Of course. So, thank you. This is a very, very good question. So I believe, technologies will be there and will continue to evolve, will continue to become more sophisticated and more helping. But I think where we really need to invest our time and efforts is all around human. How are we enhancing and changing people's behavior towards a threat? So when you see that 96% of the breaches are due to somebody who has clicked somewhere, at the end of the day, the human is the first and last line of defense. So how are we training our people to, one, reduce that risk? But two, when it is gonna happen, how are we training them to think like a hacker? Respond in an orchestrated and coordinated way. So, when you invite your executives, for example, to do a cyber range simulation and you put them through a lot of stress because they have been breached, and how are they gonna coordinate. It's like, when you're preparing for a concert,
Yes.
you need to repeat and repeat, and you
And
need to
rehearse,
practice and
and
rehearse. It's
Role
the
play.
exactly.
Wow.
It's the same thing for a cybersecurity.
Okay.
When you are preparing your organization in really be ready on that day, because the minute you admit that day will come, then you start really preparing for it.
And you being prepared to anything. We cannot prevent certain thing that happens in life sometimes. But Kawthar, honestly, it makes so much sense being prepared to something, especially cyber, because I feel it's too advanced right now that you don't even know it's too true to be fake. Like
it's inevitable.
Yeah.
It is gonna happen. So that's exactly, when you have that mind shift,
Yeah.
and you really admit, and you have matured enough as an organization to not always believe it is gonna happen only to others, but it
Not gonna happen to me, yeah.
And I think the second element that I want to insist on is protecting yourself as an organization or an entity is not enough, because today companies all are interacting with such a bigger ecosystem. They are interconnected. Okay. So that's why taking care of securing your supply chain is really crucial, because the systems are interconnected. If it happens to, some other members into your supply chain, you're gonna be hit by it anyway. So you really need to think big and be able to take into consideration, the full picture, and have the right step towards it.
Kawthar, out of curiosity, it's out of the question,
Yeah.
but does that implement on individuals?
Sorry?
Does that implement as well on the mindset of individuals?
Of course. There is, all of the many programs that are available where, one, you upskill your end users. You really make them think like hackers. You really make sure they know what they have to be aware. When something is too good to be true, or there is that sense of urgency, or people are, quickly being trapped, because we are also having busy lives, busy things, and hackers have really weaponized how to crack into our brains. So you need to really be careful on teaching them the right habits and the right reflex to develop.
And changing of mindset,
Yes.
like you mentioned earlier, with
Yes.
corporate or companies, that it may happen to you, be prepared.
Of course.
I like that part of being prepared.
Of course.
Because it does kind of, okay, it will happen to me, but I'm prepared. So
it makes sense.
the damage is less, I would assume.
Of course,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, going back to companies,
Yes.
do you think there are trends indicating improved collaboration between the private and public sector and the data protection?
Well, to be honest, my answer would be cybersecurity is our responsibility. One, as humans; two, as a nation; three, as public sector versus private sector. And I think the collaboration is really key, because
It's important.
they're gonna be, let's say, expertise sharing, knowledge sharing,
Yes.
Use cases that you can learn from each other. And public sector will invest in some areas. Private sector could be a little bit more advanced, but when we put all of that together, we are able to have a better understanding of what strategies we need to develop and put in place to better protect the whole environment. So I think collaboration is a key word here, and it is important that all sectors are also
Involved.
Yes,
both ways.
exactly.
Okay.
And then bringing knowledge sharing, as I said, experiences, expertise, finding the right skills in cybersecurity is becoming an everyday challenge. And organization having the right skills, it's always a difficult. So sometimes it's important to be able to count on the others. And in this country, I feel, Yani, we are really blessed. We are in the right country at the right time.
Yes.
When you see the Cybersecurity Council investing so much in raising awareness, but also signing so many memorandums and partnerships in really making sure all of these large vendors and organizations are all collaborating together to make sure at a nationwide level we can take the best of it.
I mean, sharing knowledge is something amazing, regardless of whatever industry you are.
Of course.
How about cyber? It's very important,
Of
I
course.
feel. And I mean, knowledge is important. That's why we are here,
Yes.
to share knowledge.
Yes.
Kawthar, to wrap things up, I mean, hackers, cyber is staying for so long. We all know it. They're just getting more and more advanced. An advice for people who want to join cybersecurity. I want to end by you answering this
Please,
question today.
an advice is we need more of you.
You
Start
heard Kawthar.
today. Start today. We want more, of course, we want to keep more diversity in cybersecurity. So we want more women, but we also, want more men. I do personally take that as a passionate topic. So we won't have enough cybersecurity experts even tomorrow. So I would say the advice is start today.
You can join, and it's the right timing. Thank you so much, Kawthar. I'm so happy to have you here with us in MBRF podcast and have this amazing different conversation about cybersecurity with us today.
Thank you so much.
I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Kawthar.
Bye.
Thank you.